You're watching Capitol View, Sunday morning talk focused on the political scene in Arkansas.
Welcome back to Capitol View. I'm Roby Brock, joined now by Kristen Welker, moderator of Meet the Press. Thank you for being with us, Kristen. Good to see you.
Roby, it's great to be with you.
All right, you've had a chance to talk to President-elect Trump. Trump's mandates are tariffs and border security, mass deportation, pulling out of NATO, stopping the war in Ukraine. When's he going to do all of this?
It's a great question. Look, the big takeaway from this conversation, Roby, is that President-elect Trump is feeling emboldened after his decisive victory. He pointed to the fact that he has expanded his base of support, including in Democratic strongholds. So he is feeling like he's got a mandate. I asked him, what's your mandate? It's a mandate to bring common sense back to the country, he told me. So to the point that you're making, I said, okay, you've made all of these campaign promises. What's at the top of the list? No surprise. He pointed to the border. He said he wants to make the border, quote, strong and powerful. So then I pressed him on his plans for mass deportation. I said, look, how are you going to carry this out? How much is it going to cost? He said, there is no price tag. You have to do it. So clearly he sees this as the first order of business once he re-enters the White House. But Roby, as you know, it gets more complicated than that. Where does he get the money from? It's anticipated to cost billions of dollars. Will families be separated? What's the specific plan to carry this out? So seems like those types of details are still coming together. Roby, worth noting, I asked him if he'd had any phone calls with foreign leaders. He says he's so far had about 70 of them, if you can believe that, including with Prime Minister Netanyahu, President Zelensky. At the time of our call, he had not yet spoken to President Putin, and we know that President Putin did congratulate him publicly. He has notably said that he wants to end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours, raising a lot of eyebrows. He has yet to say how specifically he would do that, Roby.
What are Democrats saying about how they regroup from this? This was a beatdown for Democrats, and it looks like they'll lose or will not take control of the House as well. But the numbers in the Senate were looking to be inflated, and they seem to be growing. What are the Democrats talking about in terms of how they regroup?
Yeah, it's a fantastic question, Roby. I have been talking to multiple Democratic sources. Here's some of what they're telling me. One source saying this is a moment of reckoning for Democrats. Another saying this has to be a period of soul searching. Senator Bernie Sanders, who's coming up on the program, released a really scathing statement saying that Democrats effectively abandoned the working class, and so the working class didn't show up for Democrats during this election. So we will talk to Senator Sanders about all of that. What is the way forward? Based on my conversations, a number of Democratic lawmakers saying to me, look, the key is about listening, about understanding, about connecting with voters on a visceral level. They don't feel as though Democrats were able to do that in this election, and they feel like President-elect Trump did a better job of that. So I think that's part of the soul searching that's going to take place at the start of what seems like it's going to be a pretty long process for Democrats.
All right, looking forward to seeing more from that interview or some notes from that interview and what you got going on Sunday. So thank you for being with us, Kristen.
Thanks, Roby. Great to be with you.